Just
Okay.
trying to-
All right, we are now recording.
Okay, so we will open this evening's zoning administrative hearing for August 9th at 6 o'clock. Eric Azriel will provide the presentation for the item this evening and the project description.
Point of order, should we wait until 6 o'clock?
Oh,
It's
I'm
currently
sorry.
5:59.
I thought it was 6 o'clock. And I didn't have an agenda in front of me, so. What's the item number? MUP,
MUP 22-02.
and it's 16, what's the address?
Address is 1276 LaSalle.
Do I need to do a roll call? I don't think so, right? So 2202, right?
Correct. Right, and it is 6 o'clock.
Okay, we're ready? Right, ready to go?
Okay, I will start the presentation.
Well, first of all, I want to just note that the zoning administrative hearing this evening, this is for August 9th of 2022. And we'll be considering a minor use permit, number MUP 2202 for 1276 LaSalle Avenue. And this minor use permit would be for allowing a second story addition, which will be used as an ADU, which will be encroaching into the rear setback of the existing non-conforming structure under the city zoning code. A structure that does not exceed 25% into an existing setback could be processed through a minor use permit through the approval of the zoning administrator. This evening, Associate Planner Eric Azriel will be presenting the presentation and overview of the project plans and the explanation of the zoning code minor use permit findings that would be required. Okay, are you ready, Eric?
Yes, I am setting up the presentation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay, can you see my screen?
Not yet, no.
How about now?
Got it, can see it now.
Thank you. So my name is Eric Azriel, and I am here tonight presenting minor use permit 22-02. The purpose tonight is to consider building a second-story ADU with a 3-foot setback. It has almost the same footprint as the first story, which we will get into in more detail later. It is zoned single-family residential, is 1 story tall, built in 1954. The site is 1276 LaSalle Avenue at the corner with Laguna, the lot coverage and FAR both conform to regulations. The project itself is a 453 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1-bath ADU. This was submitted under Government Code Section 65852.2 because it was submitted prior to the May 7th enaction of Seaside's ADU ordinance. However, the setback is smaller than 4 feet, which is what the Government Code requires. Therefore, that brings us to the Seaside Municipal Code. This is the site plan. On the right-hand side, which is the east of the project, we can see that the setback is 3 feet. The other setbacks are 5 feet each and do comply with the Government Code. This is the floor plan, and this is all existing other than the stairway. So on the right-hand side of the garage, you can start to see the stairway that would be going upwards to the ADU. And here I'll draw your attention to the east wall, which is where that stairway is located. And the only windows on that wall are in the kitchen. And we will see a view of those in the elevation. The roof plan, here we show this because there is a portion of the roof that we will see in the elevations that acts as a storage. It does not living space, which is why it doesn't show up on the floor plan. This is the elevation from west. So this is looking at the structure from Laguna Street. You can see the overhang. So that is within setbacks. That is still 5 feet from the side. This is the north elevation looking at it from LaSalle Avenue. And the east elevation. This is the side that would be within 3 feet of the property line. And we can see those kitchen windows being the only windows. A view from the south. And the reason we are here tonight is because the rear setback is smaller than 4 feet. The Government Code requires it to be 4 feet, but this is a non-conforming structure, which brings us into Seaside Municipal Code 17.72, which says that where there is a non-conforming structure that is residential, that maintains the existing setback, and where that expansion in the setback is less than 25% of the floor area of the dwelling, and that the addition will not adversely affect any neighboring property or the character of the surrounding neighborhood, then it may be permitted with a minor use permit. So in this case, we do have a non-conforming structure. The house would not currently be allowed to be built this close to the other property, but at the time it was, so it is a non-conforming structure. It is residential. It does maintain the existing setback along the rear wall because it builds straight up from the garage wall and does not encroach any further. So it does maintain that existing setback. So the question is about, is the expansion in the setback less than 25% of the area? And if we look at the plan, if it's about 1 foot within that 4 foot setback, that gives us an area of about 29 square feet because the structure is approximately 29 feet long. And 29 square feet is what? 3% of the floor area of the dwelling. Therefore, we would say yes, the expansion in the setback is less than 25% of the area, which leaves us with the required finding that the addition will not adversely affect any neighboring property or the character of the surrounding neighborhood. The surrounding neighborhood across the street from the project, we have Juan Cabrillo Elementary School. We also have 2-story apartments to the west, Trailer Terrace Mobile Park. We have a series of single-family homes in the immediate area sprinkled throughout, and the Boys and Girls Clubs just to the east. There are also 2-story single-family residences within a 1-block radius that are not shown on this map. They're a little bit further away. This is the flagging as seen from Laguna. The flagging as seen from LaSalle. The flagging as seen from the east. Also from the east, just a little bit further away. For findings, that the addition will not adversely affect any neighboring property or the character of the surrounding neighborhood. For evidence, we have more intensive uses are found in the immediate area. Similar 2-story buildings do exist within a 1-block radius, and the design of the ADU creates privacy for the nearest neighbor, with most of the wall being used for a stairway. There are potential problems. Notably the size of the setback. It is nominally 3 feet, but it is unclear whether it is precisely 3 feet. It does appear to be smaller, as you can see in this photograph. A survey is necessary to determine what the setback actually is. And that brings us to a condition of approval. A land survey must be completed to confirm that the rear setback is 3 feet. And if the setback is less than 3 feet, then the plans may be modified to increase the setback to 3 feet to match the plans that were drawn, or to 4 feet, which would match the government code, or the building may be constructed to necessary California building code requirements for its reduced setback as determined by the building department. And final note that even if the setback was only 1 foot, that still leaves us at 10% expansion, which is below 25% and keeps us in a minor use permit. So in conclusion, staff recommends approving minor use permit 22-02 for expansion of a non-conforming single-family residential structure by adopting the resolution, which includes Exhibit A project plans and conditions of approval as specified. Thank you.
At this time, my name is Rick Medina, Senior Planner for the City of Seaside. I will open the public hearing for public comment. So I will ask if Mr. Azriel has anybody who wishes to speak at this time. If they do so, they have 3 minutes to speak on the record for comments they have regarding the proposed addition.
Any members of the public wishing to make public comment, please use the raise your hand feature, or if you're calling from a phone, dial *9. There is no public comment.
Okay, seeing no public comment is closed. So at this time, I would just make a note for the record that the conditions specifically that the staff has put into the project would ensure that the project, based on the survey, would be in compliance with any of the firewall requirements and opening requirements that would protect public safety when a project is less than 4 feet to a property line. So with that condition in place, that ensures that there's public safety aspect is being preserved, for that standpoint. So the zoning administrator then would make a motion to approve the project, which there will now be a 7-day period of appeal, at which point this project could be appealed to the planning commission with an appeal form available in City Hall between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. So with that said, we'll close this zoning administrator hearing for August 9th, and the time currently is 6:14 p.m.